Hey there, Laura Godwin, Scentsy Superstar Director, coming to you with part one of the fundraising training. So what if I told you that in just a matter of a few weeks, you could grow your customer base by 15, 20, 30, or 50 new customers? Would you be interested? Or what if I told you that by just doing one thing in the next couple of weeks, you could have more reorders than you could handle in the next few months? Or what if I ask you if you'd be interested in getting hundreds of dollars worth of Scentsy products sitting on your shelves at home, ready to resell or use or whatever you want to do with them for absolutely free? Would you be interested then? All right, so everything that I just asked you can be gotten easily by fundraising. Fundraising can take a business from good to great. It also can help you get to that next pay raise or that next promotion. Or maybe you've been trying to recruit for ages and can't seem to snag that person that wants to join your team. Fundraising can help you with recruiting. And then also, maybe you've never earned a Scentsy incentive trip before, but you've seen everybody else go. I can't tell you how many people on these Scentsy incentive trips are there just because they had a massive fundraiser, or maybe they set a goal to do 2 fundraisers every catalog. Fundraisers work. They are the key to unlocking unlimited income potential long term. So if you've done a fundraiser before and it just kind of flopped, or you didn't really feel like that, you were very confident, then stay tuned, grab a pen, a sheet of paper, and get ready, because we're going to talk about how to make your fundraisers successful but simple. And then maybe you've never done a fundraiser before and you just really need somebody to explain how they work. Well, I'm that person for you as well. I didn't do fundraisers at the beginning of my Scentsy business, and oh my gosh, I'm so sad about that because I didn't realize what I was missing out on. I was afraid of fundraisers because I didn't understand them. I also thought that you had to make tons of money in Scentsy to be able to afford to do a fundraiser. And boy, was I wrong. Once I did my first fundraiser about 5 years ago, I was forever changed. And I set a new goal to do as many fundraisers in my Scentsy journey as I could get my hands on. I'm still determined to get as many fundraisers as I can get my hands on today. Scentsy has been a blessing to me, and it's been a great blessing financially and emotionally and all these kind of things, and it's blessed my family too. What I love about fundraisers is that I'm able to take the blessing to someone else. So nothing makes me feel better than knowing that I've helped that girl get that prom dress. Yeah, I do prom dress fundraisers. Or I've helped that Relay for Life team raise as much money as they possibly could within that 2 weeks. Yes, I do Relay for Life fundraising. I do fundraising for anything. I mean, it could be a family that just wants to go on family vacation, or maybe they want a new bedroom suit. I do fundraising for people that want to maybe take dance lessons, or the cheer squad that's needing new cheer uniforms or maybe wanting to go to cheer camp. I've done fundraisers for humane societies, for schools, for learning centers, daycares, basketball teams. I've done fundraisers for, the family that needed the down payment for a new house. I've done fundraisers for just about any situation you can think of. But the biggest thing that you want to do is to sit down and think about what event out there really just gets your heart going. What is it that you just really have a burden for? Is it girls' homes, boys' homes, missionaries? Maybe it's just the school that your child goes to. Maybe it's anyone who has terminal illnesses or medical bills. It could be pretty much just about anything, because you're your own business owner. So sit down and make a list of the things that really just kind of pull at your heartstrings. And then you got to go get yourself a fundraiser. So step 1 is getting one. Now, I'm going to tell you that the best way to get a fundraiser is to open your mouth and ask for one. And yes, even though on your list you may have written, girls' homes on there, well, in order to get that girls' home fundraiser, then you may have to ask 5 or 6 different girls' homes, or maybe you want to start out with a daycare fundraiser and then maybe later on do that girls' home fundraiser. Don't be afraid to just keep it open-ended, because the fundraisers are going to help you get new fundraisers, and that's how it works, word of mouth. People may call you to do a fundraiser because they know that you did one for another school or for another, event in the city. So get a fundraiser, ask. I would love to tell you that you could just do one flyer post on your Facebook or Twitter and it would draw you tons of leads. But it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you actually have to make up packets. I make up a packet with like a large brown envelope, and I'm going to put a catalog in there, samples, my business card, and I'm going to maybe Google for a fundraising letter. Your fundraising letter can be anything that you want it to be, but basically it just needs to tell them what you do and how you fundraise, and tell them why they want you to fundraise for them or your product. Then you want to choose organizations to spread those packets to. So if you're going to choose daycares, then take a packet by every daycare in your zip code. Or if you're going to choose, like humane societies, then you could take a fundraising packet to every single one of the humane societies. But you're going to want to try to stay within your category as much as possible, at least per week. So take all your packets to one category or two, and then wait for callbacks and make sure you can follow up like you should. And then you can go and do a different category the next week. Now, you want to listen to people. I love getting on Facebook and just watching and listening to what people have going on in their lives. And so when you hear about that tragedy, then that's when you could follow up with a personal Facebook message and just say, hey, I read your story. I'm deeply touched and I really want to help. I'm a business owner. I do incredible fundraisers, super easy and simple. I'll cater it to your needs, and it won't, I'll try to make it as easy for you as possible, but please let me help. I would love to write a check to your family or to your organization. If you have the heart to help, then you won't have to worry about your words. A lot of people will say, Laura, will you word this for me? I don't really know how to say it. Say it how you would want someone to say it to you if you were in their shoes. If you have the heart to help, then your words are going to be right. You can also Google. So a lot of times if you Google nonprofit organizations, then you're going to get this huge list of things in your area, in your zip code, that you could help with. Things like missions and churches and senior centers and things like that. Then in those situations, you could just email them or even call them. Make sure you stay super ultra professional, because they are going to be entrusting you with the future of their business and their journey, and they also are going to need to believe that you are going to be the best one for the job. So you need to be prepared. If you're going in person, then you need to wear your biggest smile, fix yourself up, wear a Scentsy shirt, look the part, and be confident. If you're going to be speaking on the phone to them, then make sure you're smiling, because you can hear a smile. It changes your voice. Make sure that you sound excited about helping their organization. Then you need to make sure that you have documents ready so that if they request, you can email them or run one by their office or location. Now, there are tons of fundraising documents on Google, and I'm pretty sure that you'll find something that will fit your style. But don't be afraid to kind of edit it, or maybe take a few ideas and merge them all together to make your style pop. Because when this is all said and done, you may run your business totally different than the person that put that document up on Google. So don't be afraid to change it and make it your own. Now, we've talked a little bit about how to get a fundraiser and how to prepare. So now let's talk about what you need to know. You need to know your competition. and you need to know your boundaries. So let's talk a little bit more about your competition. So I used to be a teacher, and I can remember whenever it came fundraising time, it wasn't always a time of year that we looked forward to, because some fundraisers are just painful. And then others we might have looked forward to more than others because they were a little bit easier, or maybe there was a perk for we as teachers to, maybe kind of push it some, and maybe we got a little something in the end of the fundraiser. And so one of the things that I want you to think about is your competition is maybe beef jerky, greeting cards, wrapping paper, other candles, raffles, donut sales, car washes, oh, you name it, right? You need to know your competition. And when you draft up your documents, or, get dressed that morning to go talk to the principal or the event coordinator, you need to remember that, there's other fundraisers out there that they could go with. You need to make sure that you feel good about what you offer them. You have to win the event coordinator over. You may have to win the moms over. You may have to win the teachers or the principal or the family of the fire, that, their things in their home were lost due to fire. You may have to win them over. Knowing the competition is important, but you also need to know your boundaries. What is this fundraiser worth to you? You need to play the numbers game. I'm going to share with you, as I promised, how I run my Scentsy fundraisers, but you need to remember that, you know what? We're all independent business owners. You can run yours however you want to. I'm just going to share with you how I run mine, and that will give you something to base yours off of. So when I run my fundraisers, I love saying, hey, I believe in your cause so much that I'm donating my entire commission. And I do. So 25%, they're getting it all. And then I usually tell them that if they collect over $2,000, then I'll give them 30% commission. Once again, that's all of my paycheck going straight to them, every bit of my commission. Now, you may say, oh my gosh, I'm not there. I'm not a superstar director. There is no way on earth that I could, give all of my commission. I've got to buy catalogs. I've got to buy testers. Where do I get the money for those big brown envelopes you're saying? I understand, and I've been right where you are. It is fine to charge or to offer 15%. It's fine to offer 20% or 25%. Whatever you offer is up to you. But I want you to know that in my experience, doing the good to great that Scentsy does with their business has always been the right move for me. I've never regretted giving more than I take, ever. And I have found that the amazing perks from doing that fundraiser, I'll get more orders, more recruits, more business for years to come because of one fundraiser. Then I'm willing to give my entire commission, and I'm willing to front the cost of any kind of catalogs or business supplies that I may need to make it happen. Please remember that this is a tax write-off. And I'm sure that your CPA can give you a little bit more, some more ideas about how to make sure that you do this right so that it is a complete tax write-off for you. But that helps, right? And then also, you're collecting all of the free and half price things. So you're giving your paycheck away, you might say, but think about all the free and half price things that you're going to get because of this fundraiser. And when you sell that product off, it doesn't show up in your 1099. So that makes me very happy as well. So this is, how I'm able to get parties booked in those slow months, or how I'm able to get recruits, all because of a fundraiser. I'm willing, very willing, to give my complete commission away so that I can build my business long term. But the biggest thing and the most valuable thing to me of all is that wonderful feeling at the end of the day, knowing that I did something really amazing for someone else. So we've talked about the first half of fundraising, and I want you to really sit down and think about this and really dive into making these lists of where you want to try to start finding your first fundraiser. And then when you're ready, I want you to come back and play part 2 of the fundraising training. I'm super excited. I can't wait to hear your success stories about how fundraising took your business from good to great. And so, okay, I'll see you soon when you're ready to play part 2.